All right, welcome back, YouTube family. Thank you so much for being here and tuning in for yet another yoga class. This will be a longer style. I know you guys, a lot of you like the 1 hour classes, so that's what we're gonna do today. This is in downtown Phoenix. We're kind of gonna watch people start their day. The sun's about to come up and hopefully we get a nice sunrise. It's a little bit cloudy, but usually there's some really nice colors that you'll probably see change throughout class. So look out for that, and let's go ahead and get started. We'll lie down onto our backs in a comfortable position. Now, depending on where you're at today, anything might feel good. Bottoms of the feet to touch, legs extended, or more of a knock knee shape. That always feels nice on the lower back. You're always welcome to use any props you like in my class. Blocks can be very helpful for many different poses, especially balancing poses or forward folds. And in these resting poses, it can always feel nice to have a blanket or a bolster, something supporting you. Start to bring some awareness to the parts of the body that are touching the mat. Allow those parts of the body to feel heavy, supported. And then notice the big muscle groups that surround those specific parts of the body. Maybe the calves, the glutes, the back muscles, and allow those muscles to soften. With every breath, feeling support, softness, sinking. Notice that as your body relaxes, hopefully your mind starts to calm down a little bit. Any thoughts that were frantically bouncing around might start to move a little slower or even fade away. Start to deepen your breath. Follow every breath as it comes in through the tip of your nose, travels down your windpipe, fills up all the way into your low belly, and following that same breath on its journey back out. If all you do is maintain this awareness of your breathing for the next hour or so, you are definitely doing the practice right. A few more breaths here before we begin moving. Close your knees like a book if they're open, and then we'll all just hug the knees into the chest. Start to circle the knees away from each other. If you feel like holding onto the legs is inhibiting your range of motion, you can always release your hands to the mat and just circle the legs out freely. Let's go opposite direction. And both knees into your chest. Keep your right leg in and plant your left foot on the mat. Hug the right knee towards the armpit. Feel some compression in your hip joint. And then half happy baby. Stack your right ankle over your knee. I like to grab the outside of the foot and pull down. Now, if you'd like more sensation, extend your left leg all the way on the mat as you pull the right shin bone down towards the knee joint. Breathe here into your right hip for 3, 2, and 1. Take your peace sign fingers to your big toes. Straighten your right leg as much as you can. You might still have a little bend to the knee, or it might go all the way straight right away. Try to flex those toes, drive the heel up, and then work to pick your head and shoulders up off the mat. Look at your left toes and flex that foot as you try to pull this right leg towards you and breathe into the back of the leg for 3, 2, and 1. Lower your head and shoulders down. Release the grip and bend your right knee. Take it all the way over to the left. Look off to the right. Nice gentle twist. On your inhale, feel your right lung and rib cage expand. On your exhale, kind of deepen the twist. Maybe add some pressure, left hand to the thigh. One more breath. And gently unwind both knees into your chest. Keep your left leg in, put your right foot on the mat. Hug your left knee in towards your armpit. Feel some compression in the hip joint. And then let's stack the ankle over the knee. Grab the outside of the foot if possible for half happy baby. Feel like you're pulling the shin bone down towards the knee joint. And then straighten the right leg for more sensation. Try to get the shoulder blades down, gentle tuck of your chin. Feel the back of your skull kind of go back towards the back of your mat. Now, take your peace sign fingers to your big toes and straighten your left leg as much as you can. You might keep a little bend in the knee, that's great. I just want you to feel a stretch through the back of the leg. Again, try to keep the shoulder blades down. And then let's pick the head and shoulders up off the mat. Feel the space between your ribs and your hips lessen. So you're squeezing that area, pulling your belly button back. Look towards your right toes for 3, 2, and 1. Lower head and shoulders down. Release grip, bend your left knee and take it to the right, twisting. Relax, left shoulder heavy, sinking. Inhales, expanding. Exhales, twisting. 2 more breaths. Slowly unwind onto your back. Hug both knees into your chest. Grab behind your hamstrings and rock a few times up and down the length of your spine. Maybe 4 or 5 times. And on that last one, you're going to try to stick a sweet spot and hold in a Navasana boat pose. Parallel your shins with the mat. If you need, hands can go behind you. Otherwise, reach your arms forward. Feel your lower abdomen, your inner thighs, and especially your hip flexors start to turn on and activate. If you'd like more, go ahead and straighten your legs. Feel strong through your inner thighs. Relax your shoulders. Keep breathing for 3, 2, and 1. Cross your ankles, pull your feet in towards you, and sit up nice and tall. Inhale, stretch both arms up overhead. On your exhale, right hand down, left arm up and over, side stretch. Almost imagine you're sliding a piece of paper away from you with that right hand and look up under your left tricep. Now sweep your left hand forward. Swing your torso to the left as the left hand comes down and the right arm reaches up and over. Now slide that imaginary piece of paper away from you with your left hand as you shift your gaze up under your right armpit. And then sweep your right arm forward. Lean your torso all the way over to the right until you're in that side stretch, leaning to the right. Take it a few times, side to side at your own pace. Warming up through your waist, your spine, feeling a little bit more opening through the triceps, the armpits, and hopefully some expansion even across the chest. Let's go one more time. Pause when your left hand is down, sweep the right arm up and over. And then inhale, reach both arms up. And let's cross over the ankles, grab a tabletop position. Spread your fingers out, tops of the ankles press down. Turn the fingers to point to the outer edges of the mat and start to rock a little bit right and left. For more sensation, you'll walk the hands closer together. For less sensation, walk the hands further away from each other. Try to keep a nice neutral spine. Pull your belly button up and in. And then let's go ahead and turn the palms to face regular. So fingertips point forward. Flip your right palm face up. Fingers point towards your knees. If that's enough, stay there or add a gentle rock forwards and backwards a few times. Now you're stretching into the back of the forearm, the front of the wrist, or back of the wrist, I suppose. Let's go ahead and flip right palm regular, left palm up, fingers towards the knees. Stay here if that's enough, or rock a little bit forwards and backwards. Bring your left palm after this next rock to face regular and start to take a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, arch, flip your tailbone up, look up. Exhale, round, scoop your tailbone, lengthen your arms. Exaggerate your movements. Inhale, arch, chest forward, chin up. Exhale, round, squeeze your core, dome your upper back. Take a few more rounds here on your own. Find the top, the bottom of every single breath. Let's say 2 more. Last one. Meet back in a neutral position and extend your right leg back. Flex your foot and look down between your thumbs. Feel the outer right hip go down, so the hips are square, lifting up from the heel and the inner thigh. Then reach your left arm forward and hold. Try to hold as still as possible. Keep breathing. Feel strong, lifted sensation through the right shoulder. Bend your right knee, stamp your heel up, and sweep your left arm back. Thumb pointing down. Grab the foot if it's possible, otherwise stay here. If you've got the foot, kick back into the right. Feel the right shoulder plug back to the socket. Sternum forward, chin parallel with the mat for 3, 2, and 1. Gently release without slingshotting. Left hand, right knee down. Inhale, reach your right arm up. And exhale, thread the right arm through. Should feel pretty nice on that right shoulder. Bring your ear, your cheek all the way down and walk your left hand forward. Press the tops of the ankles down and think of bumping the hips a little bit to the right. Breathe here for 3, 2, and 1. Gradually walk your left hand back beside your face. Press down and inhale, unthread your right arm up. And then right hand goes down. Extend your left leg back behind you and flex your foot. First, just focus on the hip alignment here. Get that outer left hip to drop a tad, so you really feel your left glute turn on. Go ahead and stretch your right arm forward and pause. Try to hold this as still as possible as you start to build some strength and endurance in that left shoulder, in your core. Now bend your left knee and stamp your heel towards the ceiling. Sweep your right arm back, thumb down. Stay here or grab the foot if it's possible. Kick back and a little to the left. Press the top of the right ankle down. You can grip the mat with the left fingers. Feel a little bit more stable here for 3. Most importantly, keep breathing. 2, and 1. Without slingshotting, gently release your right hand and your left knee down. On your inhale, stretch your left arm up to the sky. Exhale, thread your left arm through. This should feel pretty nice. Relax your shoulder and your ear down and walk your right hand forward. Bump your hips a little to the left. Focus on keeping the hips up nice and high. We'll be here for 3, 2, and 1. Walk your right hand back beside your face. Press down. Inhale, unwind. Stretch your left arm up. And exhale, left hand back down. Now tuck your toes. Start to hover your shins off the mat for hovering tabletop. Look down between your thumbs. Try to find a nice neutral spine. Plug the shoulders back. Feel the inner thighs squeeze a tad towards each other. Keep your knees bent and lift your hips up and back, bear pose. Press your belly into your thighs. Lengthen your arms and drop your head. Look at your feet. Spread your fingers out. Straighten your right leg, drive your heel down. Feel a nice stretch through the back of the leg. Bend your right knee, straighten your left leg. And then pedal out the legs for a few breaths here on your own. Bending, straightening, maybe shaking the head out, yes and no. Then we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Bring your feet out nice and wide, the width of your mat, and walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Put a big bend in your right knee and walk your hands to the right. Drop your head, try to look at your left heel and straighten out that left leg. Think about more space between the left hip and the left armpit. And then walk your hands all the way over to the left. Bend your left knee and straighten your right leg as much as you can. Relax your head. Lengthen through the entire right side of your body. Walk your hands back through center. Inhale, halfway lift. Pull your shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Maybe grab your ankles. Inhale, rise. Come all the way up to stand. Reach your arms up. Interlace your fingers. Release your index finger and cross your thumbs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw a line on the ceiling over to the right. Light toes, heavy heels. Knit your ribs in, pull your belly button back. Keep squeezing your palms together, biceps hugging your ears. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, draw that line over to the left. Squeeze your legs, bump your hips a bit to the right. Inhale, center. Bind your hands behind your back. Lift your chest up, chin up as you curl back. And then bend your knees a lot, forward fold. Keep the bind. Listen carefully. Bend your right knee and turn your chest to the left. Like your right arm is pulling your left arm up and over. Chest opening to the left. Come through center. Bend your left knee and straighten your right leg. Turn your chest to the right. Like your left arm is pulling your right arm up and over for 3, 2, and 1. Back through center. Release your hands to the mat. Walk your feet in the width of your hips. And then climb yourself forward to a plank position. Stack the shoulders over the wrists. Dome your upper back. Squeeze your inner thighs for a 5 count. With or without the help of the knees. Slowly lower yourself all the way down onto your stomach for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Untuck your toes. Extend your right arm out to the right. Start to roll to the right and step your left foot behind you for an awesome shoulder stretch. Relax your head to the mat. Breathe into the right shoulder. If you'd like, left arm can half wrap. If you're super flexible, you could even go for a bind here. That usually doesn't work out for me, but it's an option. One more breath. And then slowly roll back onto your stomach. Slide your right hand under your right shoulder, left arm out to the left. Start to roll onto the left hip, left shoulder, and relax your head to the mat. Again, you can stay here. You could half wrap, or you could go for a bind. Breathe into that left shoulder for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly roll back onto your stomach. Slide both hands in under your shoulders. On your inhale, roll up, cobra pose. Look over your right shoulder and bend your right knee. Almost like you're trying to touch your right toe towards your head. Straighten your right leg, toes down, look over your left shoulder, and bend your left knee like you're trying to touch your toes towards your head. Straighten your left leg, toes down, gaze forward. Let's go child's pose. Knees out wide. Settle your tailbone back towards your heels. Inhale, feel some length through your waist. Exhale, almost feel like your spine is sinking in. Try to breathe so deeply you feel your breath in the back of the lungs, the back of the ribs. One more breath here. Inhale, forward tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Spread fingers out, inner palms pressed down. Try to breathe in and out through your nose. If you're feeling a little stuffy, you can always breathe through your mouth. Adjust your feet and your hands always as needed and lift your right leg up. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Maybe move the ankle or the hip around if that feels good, or stay still. Inhale, square your hips. Exhale, crunch right knee into your nose. Dome your back, look between your thumbs. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, crunch to the left elbow, tap. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, crunch to your right elbow or tricep. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, step up to your right thumb. Drop your left knee to the mat and reach both arms up. On your exhale, take your right arm back and your left arm forward. If you want to challenge, work to bend your left knee. Maybe your right hand will reach back for your left foot as you keep twisting to the right. If this is painful on your knee, you can always add some extra padding like a blanket or an extra mat underneath your left knee. If you've got the left foot, release it. Let's go both hands down, half splits. Flex your right toes and walk the hands back a bit. If you're feeling spicy, put your left hand down, reach your right arm up, twisting. Flex your right toes, expand your chest, and bring your gaze up for 3, 2, and 1. Hands down, bend your right knee and bump yourself forward for standing L. Pick your left leg up behind you and focus on that leg getting nice and straight. The right leg doesn't matter as much. You can put a bend to the knee if you'd like. Step your feet together, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, reach your arms up. On your exhale, cactus your arms and expand your chest. Hips forward, weight to heels. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, 1 breath, halfway lift. Put your hands down. Step back with your right foot and your left foot. Exhale, chaturanga, knees up or down. Inhale, cobra pose, shoulders relaxed away from ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feel free to adjust your hands and your feet as needed. Don't need to land in the perfect down dog every time. Inhale, lift your left leg up, bend your knee and open your hips. Maybe move that leg around a little bit in a way that feels good. Try to drive your right heel towards the mat. Spread your fingers out. Inhale, square your hips. Exhale, crunch left knee into your nose. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee to the right elbow. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale to the left elbow or tricep. Inhale, left leg up and back last time. Exhale, step up to your left thumb. Drop your right knee to the mat, low lunge. Both arms sweep up. Melt your hips forward, take an inhale. Exhale, left arm back, right arm forward, twisting. Now if you want that challenge, try to bend your right knee, take your left hand back and grab your foot. It might help to choose one spot to focus your gaze here. Try to drive your left heel through the mat, that's your anchor. Great work. Release the back foot if you've got it. Let's go both arms up, inhale. Exhale, half splits, hands to the mat. Maybe you walk your hands back a tad. If you're feeling spicy, right hand down, left arm goes up. Stack the shoulders. Feel the left leg kind of pull back, toes pull back. Maybe look up for 3, 2, and 1. Rebend your left knee, bump yourself forward, standing L. Focus on the right leg, getting nice and straight, nice and strong. Flex the foot, look between your thumbs. And then step your feet together, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, both arms up. Exhale, cactus arms, maybe with 2 fists this time. Draw the shoulders together, elbows out nice and wide. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Finish your breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, put your hands down. Step back, left foot, right foot. Chaturanga, knees up or down. Inhale, cobra pose or upward facing dog. Either way, make sure you finish your inhale. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Hips up and back, arms nice and strong. Lengthen through your waist. Squeeze your thigh muscles. Drive your heels towards the mat, but it's okay if they don't touch. Relax your head, your neck. And inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees, look forward. Step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up to stand. Reach both arms up. Exhale, hands heart. And down by your side. We'll do 2 rounds of sun salutation A. Inhale, reach your arms up. Look up, maybe lean back. Exhale, forward fold. Finish your breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, put your hands down, step or jump back. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra pose. Squeeze your legs, draw your shoulders back. And exhale, downward facing dog. Feel free to adjust your hands and your feet as needed. Squeeze your thigh muscles onto your thigh bones. Lengthen your arms. Split your mat in half and put some effort behind your breathing. Find the top and bottom of every single breath. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, bend your knees. Look forward. Step or jump to the top. Halfway lift. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Rise to stand. Reach up. Look up. Hands to your heart. And Samasthiti, arms by your side. One more. Inhale, arms up. Lean back a bit if that feels good. Exhale, forward fold, empty your lungs. Inhale, prepare, halfway lift. Exhale, palm the mat, step or jump it back. Vinyasa. Follow the natural rhythm of your breath, never in a rush to get to the next pose or the next breath. It'll always be there. And if you miss something, kind of nice. You can always rewind or just skip it completely. Start to feel some heat build, hopefully, maybe in your face, your throat, or all the way in your core. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Exhale, take a step to your right thumb. Spin your left heel down and rise up, warrior one. Relax your shoulders down your spine. Drive your left hip forward. Notice if your right toes are gripping the mat, press down more through your heel. Squeeze your leg muscles. Inhale, look up, maybe press your palms together. Draw your waistline in and relax your shoulders. On your next exhale, turn to your left, goddess pose. Heels in, toes out. Scoop the tailbone and relax your shoulders down your spine. Pull your belly button back and in, and inhale, reach your arms up. Turn your toes to point forward, and exhale, wide leg fold. Dive yourself down. Line your fingertips up with your toe tips. Tip your weight a little bit forward as you squeeze your leg muscles. Feel the kneecaps lift up. Lengthen your waist. 3. Focus on the exhales. 2. And 1. Halfway lift. Walk towards the back of your mat. Find a runner's lunge and move your right foot a little bit out to the right. Rise up, crescent warrior. Relax your shoulders. Put a pretty big bend in that left knee. Take an inhale. On your exhale, sweep your left arm back and your right arm forward. If that's too much, right hand to your left knee. Sink your hips a little bit lower. Next big movement is a reverse triangle. Spin your right heel down. Work your right hand down your right thigh as you stretch your left arm up and back. Feel like your left rib cage is lifting away from your hip and maybe look up. And then bend your left knee, widen the stance if you need for side angle. The right arm can go up or reaching overhead. Again, notice your toes if they're really grippy. Try to press more through the heels and the outer edges of the feet. Knit your ribs in if they're flaring out. Take an inhale. Exhale, Skandasana to the front of your mat. Sink into your right hip, your hands heart center, or maybe lift your heel up. Flex your left toes. And then think of bumping your right hip a little bit to the left. Take an inhale. Exhale, pivot to the front of your mats. And then bump your hands forward, Shiva squats. Hands mat or to blocks. Hug your left heel towards your seats. And then let's go ahead and open it up to the to the left. Half moon, right hand stays down, send your left arm up. Flex your left foot, stack your shoulders. Knit your ribs in, pull your belly button back. And then take a generous step back, warrior two. Line your right heel up with your left arch and relax your shoulders. On your inhale, flip your right palm, reverse warrior, reach back. Exhale, bring both hands down to the mat. Step your right foot back, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up behind you. Exhale, take a step to your left thumb. Land nice and softly. Spin your right heel down, Virabhadrasana 1. Square your shoulders forward and sink into your hips. Notice the toes, make them a little lighter. Inhale, look up, maybe press your palms together. Draw your waistline in and breathe. On your next exhale, turn to your right, goddess pose. Think about pressing the knees away from each other as you drive your heels through the mat and sink your tailbone down a little bit lower for 3, 2, inhale 1, straight legs, arms up. Turn your toes in and dive down, fold. Line fingertips up with toe tips. Squeeze your core muscles. Feel like you're tipping your weight forward. Feeling some compression, I'm sure, in your hip flexors. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk towards the back of your mat. Frame your right foot. Bump your left foot a little to the left and rise up. High lunge, Anjaneyasana A, crescent warrior. Sink into your hips, inhale. Exhale, right arm back, left arm forward. Feel some expansion across your chest. Maybe even look back at your right hand. On your next inhale, big unwind. Spin your left heel down, reverse triangle. The left hand walks down the left thigh as you reach through your right fingers. And then bend your right knee, adjust your feet as needed, side angle. Feel an entire lengthen from the outside edge of your left foot through your left pinky finger. Take a big breath in. Exhale, sweep it, Skandasana to the front. Sit down towards your left heel. Flex your right toes. You can always lift your left heel up or bring your hands to your mat as needed. Take an inhale. Exhale, pivot to the front of your mat and bump yourself forward, Shiva squat. Right knee to your left calf. Load the weight in your left leg. Inhale, open up to the right, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Knit your ribs in, pull your belly button back, expand across your chest, and flex your right foot a lot. Start to bend into your left knee. Take a generous step back, warrior two. Always feel free to adjust your feet as needed. Flip your left palm, reverse warrior. Reach up, look up. Exhale, both hands to the mat. Step your left foot back, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now, find a rhythm with your breath. I'll guide you through at the pace of my breath, but if yours is a little faster or slower, don't worry about it. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, take a step. Inhale, warrior one, arms up. Exhale, goddess to the left. Inhale, straight legs, arms up. Toes in, wide leg fold, that's your exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk it to the back, runner. Inhale, both arms up, crescents. Exhale, twist to the left. Big inhale, reverse triangle. Spin open, left arm up. Exhale, side angle, adjust the feet as needed. Inhale to the front, skandasana. Exhale, pivot. Bump it forward, Shiva squats. Next breath in, open up, half moon. On your exhale, generous step back, warrior two. Inhale, flip palm and reverse. Exhale, take it all the way to the bottom of your chaturanga as you step your right foot back. Breath in, cobra or up dog. Breath out, downward facing dog. We'll meet there, and we'll go through the left side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, take a step. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale to the right, goddess. Inhale, straight legs, rise and reach. Toes in and fold, that's your breath out. Halfway lift, inhale. Walk it to the back, runner, exhale. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Big unwind, reverse triangle, right arm up, big reach. Exhale, side angle, adjust your feet. Inhale, sweep it to the front, skandasana. Exhale, pivot and bump it forward, Shiva squat. Inhale, open up, half moon. Exhale, gentle but generous step back, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, take it all the way to the bottom of your chaturanga as you step your left foot back, same breath. Inhale, cobra, up dog. And we'll meet in our downward facing dog. Find your rhythm with your breath, finding the top and the bottom of every single round. I'll guide you through one more time. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step to your thumb. Inhale, warrior one, arms up. On your exhale, goddess. Straight legs rise. Exhale, fold, toes in. Half lift. To the back of your mat, runner. Arms up. Crescents. And twist left. Unwind, reverse triangle, straight legs. And side angle, bend your left knee. Sweep it to the front, skandasana. Pivot, front, and bump it forward, Shiva squat. Inhale, open up, maybe float your right fingers. Half moon. And gentle step back, warrior two. Reverse warrior. And palm the mat, Vinyasa. Left side, inhale, left leg, and take a step. Warrior one, arms up. To your right, goddess. Straight legs, rise and reach. And fold, toes in. Halfway lift. Take it to the back, runner's lunge. Crescent warrior, both arms up. Twist to the right. Big unwind, reverse triangle, right arm up. Side angle, adjust the feet. To the front, Skandasana, sink your hips. Pivot forward and bump it forward, Shiva squat. Half moon, maybe you float the left fingers. And big step back, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Hands to the mat, Vinyasa. Meet in a down dog. And then roll yourself forward to a plank position. Take a 5 count and lower all the way down onto your stomach for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Untuck your toes. Bind your hands behind your back. Keep your feet on the mat. Lift your chest. Lift your hands away from you. Look at the top of the mat so there's a gentle tuck of your chin. Feel the shoulder blades draw together. And then lift your legs up. Point your toes. Feel some compression, some working in the lower back. Lift a little bit more for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Stack your palms. Make a little pillow for your forehead. Feel some space between the shoulder blades. Relax your jaw. Relax the entire back of your body. One more breath. Lift your forehead, bend your knees, reach back for your feet. If floor bow isn't in your practice today, you can take another locust pose with the hands bound, opposite thumb on top. If you've got the feet, kick back into your hands, lift your chest up. Squeeze an imaginary yoga block between your knees. Draw the shoulder blades together. You can look forward or look up, whatever feels better. Keep the engagement of your inner thighs. If you're doing locust pose, squeeze the palms together and point your toes for 3, 2, and 1. Gently start to lower yourself down. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Press down and roll up, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, let's go downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Spread your fingers out. Adjust the feet, the hands as needed. Let's go ahead and lift the right leg up. Exhale, take a step to your right thumb. Move your left foot a little bit to the left. Rise up, crescent warrior. Big bend in that right knee. Bring your hands to your heart center. Take an inhale. Exhale, prayer twist to the right. Left elbow on or outside of the knee. Press your right palm down into your left palm. Try to stack the elbows and get your sternum towards your thumbs. Think about tucking the left rib under and peeling the right rib up. Drop your left knee, bring your hands to the mat, and straighten into your right leg for a moment, half splits. Flex your toes and pull them back. Now, put a little bend in your right knee, turn your right toes in, and spin your left shin behind you. Modified side plank to the back of your mat. Left hand down, sweep the right arm up and over. Feel a big reach, and then lift your right leg up. Bend your knee and reach back to grab your foot from the outside. Try to kick back instead of up. Press your spine in towards your heart for 3, 2, 1. Release your right foot and bring it down, modified side plank. Start to pick your left knee up off the mat and kick it out. Try to get the toes to line up with the left fingers for fallen triangle. You can always kick it out once and then kick it out again. Right arm up or reaching for 3, 2, 1. Right hand down. Swing your left leg up behind you, 3-leg down dog. And exhale, take a step up towards your left thumb. Let's bump the right foot up a little bit, pyramid pose. Fold over your left leg. Shorter stance. Hands can walk forward or back, but focus more on your right leg being straight than your left. Now look forward, half or full moon. Left hand will go forward, right hand hip or reach it up. Great time for a block if you've got one. Now we basically just did full moon in our modified side plank. If you want to try it here, bend your right knee. Start with a cactus right arm. You can kind of feel the shoulder blades draw together, and then maybe you reach back for the outside of the foot. Again, you're kicking back instead of up, so you ideally want the knee in line with the hip for 3, 2, and 1. Release that grip if you've got it. Take a generous step back. Let's land in a warrior 2. Warrior 2, inhale, breath, reverse warrior. Exhale, let's go side angle and pause. Stay here or half wrap, right arm behind the back. If you'd like, take your left arm under your left thigh and make a bind. You could always use a towel or a shirt as a strap if the bind isn't quite there today. Now, keeping the bind or releasing it, turn your left toes in, wide leg fold. Now, if you've got the bind, twist your torso towards the front of the mat so you're looking at your right foot. If you have released your hands, you can grab your feet or your ankles and pull yourself forward. Wherever you are is great for 3, 2, and 1. Release the bind if you haven't. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk towards the front of your mat. We're setting up revolved triangle. So pyramid-like stance, left hand down, in or outside the foot, maybe using a block if you're going inside. Right hand can start and stay at the hip or reach it up. Bump your hips a little bit to the left and look up for 3. Expand your chest. 2. And 1, look down, left hand forward, lift your left leg up behind you, revolve half moon. Now, if you'd like, revolve dancer pose, bend your left knee and reach your right hand back. You might need to bend your right knee to get there. First off, this is revolve full moon, a challenging posture in and of itself. You're welcome to stay here and work revolved half or revolved full moon, or start to lift your torso up and reach your left hand forward for revolved dancer pose. It's your right hand grabbing your left foot, and you're turning your torso a little bit to the right to feel more stable for 3. This is very similar to the tiger pose we did in the beginning on our knees. 2. And 1. From wherever you are, both hands down, step your feet together, forward fold. Pedal out your legs for a moment. And then inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Now we're going to go regular dancer pose, balancing on your left leg. Bend your right knee behind you, take your right hand back and grab the inside of your foot. Reach your left arm up. Take an inhale and either stay here or start to kick back into your right hands, hinging your torso forward. Plug the left shoulder back into the socket, bend the standing knee a bit if you need, and start to dive yourself down for 3. Eventually, we're going to meet with the left fingertips on the mat, 2. And 1. This is Sugarcane pose if you've still got your foot. And then go ahead and release to a standing splits. Both hands down, right leg kicked up. Fold over your left leg for 3, 2, and 1. Take a big step back with your right foot. Drop your right knee to the mat and move your left foot to the outside edge of the mat. Turn the toes out for crooked monkey stretch. Stay here, or your left hand can reach back for your right foot. Feel a gentle turn of your torso to the left and a melt of your hips forward. We'll be here for 3, 2, and 1. Release the back foot if you've got it. Inchworm your left foot all the way over to the right side for pigeon pose. Stay upright or walk yourself forward. You can always take any other modification for pigeon pose that you would like. Try to find a space that feels a little uncomfortable, but you can still breathe. And then notice where else the tension wants to go as you release it from your left hip. Relax your palms, your shoulders, unclench your jaw. Try to soften through your face and keep your breath nice and even. Relax and enjoy your pigeon pose. About 2 more breaths, pigeon pose on the left. Now, we're gonna walk the hands back under the shoulders. Stay here in this active pigeon pose or bend your right knee. Reach your right hand back for your foot and try to pull the leg in towards you. This is great prep for mermaid or king pigeon pose. Now, if you'd like to move on, you can always put a strap around your right foot and use that. Otherwise, you're gonna try to get your right foot into your right armpit. Turn your right hand out to the right. Sink your hips down and reach your left arm up. Bend your left elbow and try to get your fingertips together. As you do this, turn your torso a little bit more forward. This is also wonderful prep for mermaid pose. Now, if you'd like to move on, you're gonna keep leaning back and try to get your left hand to grab your right big toe, then unwind your right arm and grab the outside of your right foot. So both hands are grabbing your right foot. Hug the elbows and the biceps in and look up. This is king pigeon pose for 3, 2, and 1. Gently, without slingshotting, release your right foot and bring both hands down to the mat. Tuck your right toes and sweep your left leg up behind you. Bend your left knee, shake it out here, or shift your shoulders forward. Roll to the outside edge of your right foot and take a gentle step behind for wild thing. Send your hips to the sky. Straighten out the right leg for 3, 2, and 1. Left hand down. Step to your left thumb. Move your right foot a little bit to the right. Rise up, crescent warrior. We're doing it all on the other side. Crescent warrior. Bring your hands to your heart center. Take an inhale. Exhale, prayer twist to the left. Right elbow on or outside of the knee. Press your left palm down into your right palm. Try to stack the elbows and maybe look up. Press the back of your right knee up. 3, 2, and 1. Look down, hands down. Drop your right knee, half split for a moment. This should feel pretty nice on that left leg. After all of that twisting and pigeon and king pigeon. Now, rebend your left knee a tad and turn your toes in. Spin your right shin behind you, modified side plank to the back. Make sure your left leg is straight. Send your hips forward and lengthen through the left side. Lift your left leg up and bend your knee. Sweep your left arm back and grab the outside of your foot. Kick into your hand and try to kick back instead of up. Press your spine in towards your heart, but pull your belly button back a bit. 3, 2, and 1. Release the grip. Put your left foot back down, modified side plank. Now start to pick your right knee up and kick it out 1 or 2 times. Try to line your toes up with your right fingertips. Left arm can reach up or extend it. Send your hips to the sky for 3, 2, 1. Left hand down, hands like plank, facing the back of your mat. Sweep your right leg up behind you. Exhale, take a step to your right thumb so you're in a runner's lunge. Shorten your stance, pyramid. Left toes out on an angle and fold over your right leg. If you need to bend your right knee a tad, go for it. Press the ball of the right foot down and squeeze your inner thighs. 3, 2, look forward. 1, half or full moon. Right hand, mat or block. Left hand, hip or reach it up. Flex your left foot, knit your ribs in. Stay here or bend your left knee and cactus your left arm. Now reach your left hand back, hopefully reaching for your foot. If not, don't worry about it. Half moon's a wonderful pose on its own. Kick into your hand and kick back. Feel some expansion through that left hip flexor, the front of the waist, and your chest. Stay here and breathe for 3, 2, release the foot if you've got it, and take a gentle but generous step back, warrior 2. Your right knee is bent. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle, and pause. Notice if your right toes grip the mat and press down more through your heel. Half wrap, left arm behind, or full bind, right arm underneath the thigh. You can grab a strap or a t-shirt, something else, a towel to use. Keep the bind or release it as you turn your right toes in, wide leg fold. If you've got the bind, you're turning and facing the front of your mat, looking at your left foot. Otherwise, any other arm placement. Grab feet, ankles, bind your hands. Stay here and breathe for 3, 2, 1. Release the bind if you haven't already. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk towards the front of your mat and shorten your stance like pyramid. Right hand down, in or outside the foot. Left hand can start at the hip or the lower back. When you're ready, reach your left arm up. Pavrita Trikonasana, revolve, triangle. Bump your hips to the right and expand your chest to the left. Maybe look up if that feels okay on your neck. Stay here and breathe for 3, 2, 1. Look down, bump your right hand forward and lift your right leg up behind you. Revolve, half moon. Now stay here, this is a wonderful pose, or bend your right knee. I need to even bend the left knee a little bit as I reach the left hand back for the inside of the foot. If you've got that, kick a little bit back and to the right. This is revolve, full moon, also a wonderful pose. Stay at either of these two, or start to lift your right hand, bringing your torso forward and a little bit to the left. Kick a little bit to the right for revolve, dancer pose. Stay here and breathe for 3, 2, 1. From wherever you are, look down. Let's bring both hands down to the mat and step your feet together. Forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Keep your right arm up. Bend your left knee and take an inside grip, left hand on the foot. Make sure the eye of the elbow is turned out. Take an inhale. Exhale, kick into your left hand and start to hinge yourself forward. Natranjasana, dancer pose. Plug the right shoulder back. Press down through the ball of your right foot. Slowly, with or without the grip on your left foot, start to dive yourself down until the right hand comes down, mat or block for Sugarcane pose. When you're ready, release that left foot. Hands down, standing splits. Folding over your right leg and breathing for 3, 2, 1. Very big step back with your left foot. Drop your left knee. Wiggle your right foot to the outer edge of the mat and turn the toes out. Bring your right hand to your right thigh and gently twist a bit to the right. Feel a melt of your hips forward. If you want to go for your back foot, reach your right hand back. Breathe here into that left hip for 3, 2, 1, release the back foot if you've got it. Inchworm your right foot all the way over to the left side of your mat for pigeon pose. First, we'll take our just nice, relaxing, maybe sleeping pigeon pose. Coming down, forearms, stack the palms, or use a block. Staying here and kind of opening up the hip in this initial pose will help you if you want to attempt that king pigeon or mermaid pose. Relax the shoulders, relax your eyelids. Breathe through any of that discomfort or tension you're starting to feel in the right hip. And notice, be able to discern between discomfort and pain. You know, pain, especially in poses like this, will feel like a pinching or a snap almost. That's something we definitely want to avoid and can lead to injury. But the discomfort is more of a muscle soreness, like something you'd get from the gym or when you're getting a massage. I usually like to say if you can maintain control of your breathing, you're likely just in discomfort. But if your breath becomes affected, choppy, shallow, you might be in pain and you might want to take a step back. Now from your pigeon pose, walk your hands back and either stay in this active pigeon pose. You could always put your hands on blocks, or bend your left knee and reach your left hand back for your foot. Kind of pull that foot in towards you first, and then think left foot into the elbow crease. So you're kind of like making a net for your left foot. Reach your right arm up, and then bend your right elbow and try to reach the fingertips together. This is already great prep for king pigeon or mermaid pose. Try to turn your torso a little bit forward. If you'd like to move on, lean back a bit so your right hand can grab your left big toe. Once you've got it, unwind the left arm, and then take the left hand to grab the pinky edge of the foot. Hug the elbows in, biceps by the ears. Melt your hips down and try to look up for 3. King, pigeon, or mermaid pose. Eka Pada Raja Kapotasana for 3, 2, 1. Gently release. One hand at a time. Oof. Bring those hands down to the mat. Tuck your left toes. Sweep your right leg up and back, and then bend your right knee. Stack the hips and stay, or shift it forward and flip it, wild thing. I love wild thing as a counter stretch to pigeon pose. Go for it if it feels nice. And then gently bring your right hand down. Put your right foot down, downward facing dog. Drop down to your knees. Any way you'd like to get to a comfortable seat. We've sure earned it. What a challenging class today. Let's go ahead and wiggle the booty out of the way. Press your sitting bones down, the bony part of your butt. Bend your knees a bit if you need and sweep your arms up. Big reach, inhale, exhale, forward fold. Feel some length through the lower back. That's where the pelvis tilt, the rooting down of the sitting bones helps as you get your pelvis to tilt forward, and hopefully feel this nice stretch in your lower back, not just in the back of the legs. Think of leading with your sternum and plugging the shoulders back. Once you feel you've reached your maximum fold, you can't lengthen your lower back or your spine anymore, go ahead and drop your head, forehead towards your shins, and we'll be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walk your hands back towards you. Bump your seat a little forward and lower down all the way onto your back. Draw both knees into your chest. Rock a little bit right and left. And then bring your knees to your armpits. Grab your feet or your ankles for happy baby. Pull the ankle bones into the shins, the shin bones into the knee joints, like you're stacking everything in nice one long line. Try to pull the belly button back and in. Tailbone down to the mat, and a gentle tuck of your chin. Feel the shoulder blades root down. If it feels nice, you could straighten one leg at a time, stretch out the inner thighs, or rock a little bit right and left. Release the grip. Hug your knees into your chest and squeeze. Take your right leg over your left like eagle legs, and then drop both knees to the left and look to the right. Getting this leg on top just helps you get a little bit more leverage to twist without really needing to do much more work. So you don't need to add too much pressure with the left hand. So you can kind of just allow your knees to fall over to the left. Feel a nice gentle wringing out of your spine. Slowly start to unwind through center and unwind your legs. Put both feet on the mat and arms by your side. Before we do the other side, we'll grab one bridge pose, lift your hips up and firm your glutes. This will also help just kind of reset your spine so you get the most out of the twist on the other side. Firm your glutes, hip points up for 3, 2, 1. Gently lower your seat down and take your left leg over your right. Drop your knees to the right and look off to the left. And then allow the leverage of that left leg on top to just help you into a deeper twist. Avoid forcing it, melt into it. Relax your left shoulder towards the mat. Two more breaths here. Slowly unwind your knees through center and then unwind those legs. One more bridge pose, feet on the mat, arms by your side, send your hips up. Could always take a supported bridge pose, but we're not going to be here for too long. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower your hips down. Squeeze your knees into your chest one more time. And then when you're ready, start to find a final resting position that feels good for you today. You can extend your legs, bring the bottoms of your feet to touch, or take that knock knee position. If lying down on your back ever doesn't feel good, you are always welcome to come up to a seated meditation. Choose a final resting posture where you feel you can be comfortable for a few moments. Make any adjustments you need to feel more comfortable, and let your eyelids close. Allow your breath to return to its natural state. Pay attention to every breath without the need to control it. Notice each breath's journey from the tip of your nose as it fills up your entire body with life and energy, and follow that same breath on its journey back out. We'll be here resting for a few minutes. Enjoy shavasana. Slowly start to welcome your awareness back to the four corners of your mat. Notice the support of the mat or the pressure underneath you. Notice your next breath a little bit more, and when you're ready, welcome some small movements back into your body. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, maybe rock your head side to side. When you're ready, stretch your arms overhead, lengthen your legs, hug your knees into your chest, and roll onto your right or left side into a fetal pose if you're coming from your back. Allow your body to enjoy the complete stillness. And then gradually make your way up to a comfortable seat. Eyes closed or soft downward gaze, shoulders relaxed, and sit up nice and tall. Draw your hands to your heart center and press your thumbs into your sternum, Anjali Mudra. Notice and appreciate the beating of your heart you can feel against your hands. Take a moment of gratitude for your practice, the time you had to step on your mat today, and your body for moving and trying all of these funky things for you. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale. Bow your head towards your heart. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you for sharing your energy and your practice. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining and for trying this very challenging and spicy flow today. We got even longer than an hour, so what a treat. Like a 70-minute yoga class. I always love getting a practice this long in. So nice. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. That is the #1 way to support my channel, is hitting that subscribe button, sharing with your friends, family, who you think might enjoy my yoga classes as well. If you haven't yet, you can follow along on Instagram and make sure to tag me if you do practice with me at home. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. It's always really fun for me to see. And peace and love from beautiful Arizona. I'll see you next week.